Drink driving statistics, Ireland. In the UK, about 95% of people arrested for drink driving are convicted. It's a very, very high conviction rate. It's almost 100%. That's in the UK. Here in Ireland, it's a good deal lower. It's about 64-65% of people who are prosecuted for drink driving are convicted. That means about 35-36% of people who are prosecuted are not convicted. And these are people who demonstrably must have been over the limit, and in many cases were very much over the limit, but they weren't convicted for a whole bunch of different reasons, and perhaps the evidence wasn't good enough, or perhaps a witness didn't turn up, or some piece of documentary evidence went missing, or something like that. But there's proportionally a better chance of succeeding in Ireland than in the UK, yes. How to appeal a drink driving ban in Ireland? Well, if you've been found guilty by the district court of drink driving, you can then at that point in court file a notice of appeal. You can appeal the disqualification decision by the district court there and then in court. And when the proper appeal papers are filled out and properly lodged, you'll get a copy back from the court clerk, and that will indicate that your appeal is lodged. You're entitled to drive during that period until the appeal comes up, but the appeal is held now in the circuit court, which is a higher court, and they will rehear the case all over again from start to finish. And if you're successful then your appeal will be successful and the disqualification will be removed, obviously. But if it's not successful, then the decision of the lower court will remain. That's how an appeal works in drink driving cases. Can you go to jail for drink driving in Ireland? Conceivably, in theory, yes you can, but in practical reality, if it's your first time coming to court for a drink driving offence, which it is for most people, then it's almost certainly not the case that you will receive a custodial sentence. The custodial element is there, as it is for every offence, but it's only really used for people who commit drink driving a second or third or fourth time. For those people, there is obviously an enhanced risk of custody, but if it's your first time coming to court for drink driving, it's almost certainly the case that you will not be sent to prison or anything like that. Is drink driving an automatic ban? I'm afraid so, yes it is. If you plead guilty to drink driving, or if you're found guilty of drink driving, you will be disqualified. It's got nothing to do with your circumstances. It's because the law is very clear. If you're found guilty or if you plead guilty, the judge must disqualify you. They have no choice but to do it, and they must put you off the road. The length of disqualification then very much depends on how much over the limit you were. The disqualification, whether it comes in or not, has nothing to do with your circumstances, whether you need a car for work or anything like that. It's automatic. That means it's mandatory. So if you're found guilty or if you plead guilty, I'm afraid you will be disqualified from driving, yes.